What's up, guys? George back again to do another LP update. This one is for October 25th, 2016. I picked up a few things over the last few weeks. Not too much, but figure we'll jump right into it. I picked up a limited reissue of Big Brother and the Holding Company featuring Janis Joplin. This is a Columbia limited edition. I don't know, I think from the late 60s, early 70s. I never had this on vinyl before, so I decided to pick it up and check it out. I really like this a lot. I love Janis Joplin, so pretty killer stuff. I believe this is their first album with her. I'm pretty sure. It's definitely a really killer record. If you like Janis Joplin, I'm sure a lot of people that like her already have this one. But I never had it, so I decided to pick it up and check it out, and I dig it. Pretty killer. Next up, a band I never really heard that much of. I heard a couple things over the years, and that's the Velvet Crush. This was on Velvet Crush Action Music recordings from 1998. Kind of a Georgia Satellites, Jason and the Scorchers type. Kind of like that southern. I don't know how to describe them. Kind of in that vein of rock. This one's called Heavy Changes. I like this a lot. I thought this was really good. The cover's great with the old cars. I guess this is pretty hard to find on vinyl now. This has got 10 songs on it. But if you like that vein of rock, like Jason and the Scorchers or Georgia Satellites, that twangy rock stuff, you'll dig this. It's definitely worth checking out, worth seeking out. I like this a lot. I thought this was really good. I think they have a couple other things out I might try and track down, but overall, I thought this was a good record. Definitely check out the Velvet Crush. Next up, I found a really cheap copy. The cover's not in the greatest shape, but the vinyl was okay. And that's the Wicked Pickett from Wilson Pickett. This is the original pressing on Atlantic. Like I said, there's some, I try to clean it up as best I could, but this is the mono pressing of it. Always loved Wilson Pickett. This is where the hit Mustang Sally came from. Obviously, you can see the hype sticker there. Also have Everybody Needs Somebody to Love on here, which is great. Three-Time Loser's really good. Uptight Good Woman is really good. I'll definitely be trying to find a better, copy of this. At least the cover, anyway. Although I don't know how many of them I'll be able to find with the hype sticker on it, but really good record, I thought. I definitely want to pick up In the Midnight Hour on vinyl. I have the Exciting Wilson Pickett, the original pressing. So if anybody sees a better copy of this one out there or In the Midnight Hour on vinyl, let me know. But I love Wilson Pickett. I love this record. I thought it was great. Next up is another. I picked this up years ago. I found another copy. I wasn't sure if my copy was in great shape or not. I couldn't remember. So this was just cheap enough. This was only a couple bucks. And it's Night City, 70s rock band with Ray Manzarek from The Doors. Although they don't sound like The Doors at all. It's more of a rock thing. Straightforward rock band, I guess from Los Angeles. I think they were one and done, this one record, and that was it. Pretty cool album, though. I like this a lot. I still haven't checked to see. I know I have it. I haven't checked to see if my other copy of this is any better or any worse than this one. But I hardly ever see this out in the wild, so for a couple bucks I decided to just grab another one, just in case. But I like this a lot, like I said. I thought this was good. Midnight Queen on here I always liked. Night City, the song. Caught in a Panic, I thought was really good too. And there's Ray Manzarek. It's a pretty good record. Next up is another used thing I picked up. This is an import on A&M UK, I believe. Yeah. The band's called Nuts. And it's called Nuts 2. Straightforward hard rock from the early 80s, I believe, on A&M. Pretty good record. The cover was a little... I could see that's a little damaged. However, the vinyl was like new. But I like this a lot. I'll definitely be... I guess this is their second album, obviously, but I'll definitely be checking out their first record at some point. There's 11 songs on here. Mostly straightforward, you know, no keyboard. There's a few tracks with keyboard, but mostly a hard rock record, early 80s hard rock record from England. Never seen this before. Like I said, this was out in the wild, so I found that, decided to pick it up, add it to the collection. I like it a lot, so I'll probably be picking up the first album at some point. Next up is a Jerry Lee Lewis record I never heard before. It's called Southern Roots, where he does like Blueberry Hill, When a Man Loves a Woman, Meat Man, the Old Bourbon Street Church. Very New Orleans sounding record for him. I thought this was fantastic. Like I said, I love Jerry Lee. I don't like the gospel stuff he did. This is not the gospel stuff. This has hints of it, but it's a pretty good rock album. Same with Little Richard. Love all his shit. Gospel stuff I can live without, but I don't see this out in the wild too often. Decide to pick it up. It was only a couple bucks. Again, it was near mint. There is a promo punch hole there, but really cool record that I don't ever really see out in the wild. So I was happy to grab this one. Like I said, I'm a huge Jerry Lee fan. Really good record. This came out on Phonogram in 1973, so it's a bit of a later record for him. I believe it's right before he started doing the gospel stuff in the 70s. So definitely check this out. Probably one of his, underrated records, really. Next up is I found a sealed copy of the Hollywood Stars first LP. This was only a couple bucks. And like I said, it was sealed, so I decided to pick it up just to put in the collection. I got their second album probably about a year and a half ago. They finally released a second album with some weird stuff on it. It was like a limited pressing. Straightforward, hard rock, 70s hard rock from 1977. But I always like these guys. They're not the greatest band in the world, but I like a lot of their stuff on this first album. The second album had some really killer stuff on it as well. Well, I guess technically it was an unreleased second album. They finally put it out, so definitely check out the Hollywood Stars. Pretty good record. So yeah, definitely check this out. Next up, one I've never seen before. I never heard of this band. They were on Decca from 1972. The band's called Bulldog. Early 70s, kind of hard rock band. They opened the album with a killer version of Rockin' Robin. I don't know why bands start off their own albums with covers, but they did. This was mastered by Bob Ludwig. So it's a Ludwig pressing. I don't think there's anybody in this band that went on to anything else. I don't think so. Like I said, I've never seen it, never heard of this band. I love the cover. I love that dog on there. Everybody kind of looks like a rock dude except for mustache back there, but pretty killer band. They kind of have that early 70s glam hard rock sound, kind of. Maybe more straightforward, but like I said, the cover of Rockin' Robin was killer. Pretty good. I'm a Madman's on side 2. That was good too. But it's kind of a, it's an okay record. Kind of forgettable after a while, but that version of Rockin' Robin was really good. Like I said, it's from 1972 on Decca. So definitely check out Bulldog if you find this cheap. Next up, thanks to Greeno, my brother from another mother, he sent me a link for a band that I from a label actually I get a ton of stuff from. Never actually checked these guys out on that label, and that's Deadbeat Records. But he sent me a link to it. I went ahead and listened to some of this shit, and I loved it. And the band's called Taxi. I ended up ordering. This is their second album. I ordered their first album that was only available on CD. Killer Italian punk type shit, I guess. If you like, I don't know. Not punk, but I don't know how to describe them. Kind of Helicopters, maybe, that kind of thing. Backyard Babies, kind of. But really killer. I think I prefer the second album over the first. However, the first album is fantastic as well. I listened to that first and then obviously listened to this one next. You can get this at deadbeatrecords.com for cheap. It was like $11 or something like that. So, like I said, Greeno turned me on to them. Went ahead and picked it up. And thanks again, Greeno, for letting me know about this. Something I missed on that website. Which, I check that thing every day because he updates it every day. So, definitely check out Taxi. I think they went on to... A couple of the guys went on to a band called... Guida? Guida, I think they are. I don't know how to... Which are more, I think, a glammy thing than this. Which I didn't care for it too much. They were okay. They have some good songs, but I think I prefer Taxi better. Next up, this album, I absolutely love this record. I got the CD a couple months ago. They finally released it on vinyl. It's all Rumbar Records. And that's Watts, the Black Heart of Rock and Roll. Killer new album from, I guess, a bunch of veterans around the L.A. Or no, from England maybe. I think they're from England. Really killer hard rock, pop, power pop with heavy guitars. The first song really reminds me of an AC/DC tune. You know, that vibe. Which is Black Heart of Rock and Roll. Up All Night's amazing. Strut Like a Champ is amazing. Fast and Loose. I can't say more about this band. I love this record. It's probably one of my favorite records this year so far. With 2016 almost in the can. Definitely check these guys out. You can find their stuff on Bandcamp. Or Rumbar Records. There's the logo. You can listen to their stuff there. I absolutely love this record, and it was cheap. It was, I think, $12 for this, shipped. So killer. I finally got this. I've been waiting to get this for a while now. Our distributor was out of it. They reissued it again in a different color vinyl last week, apparently. But I went onto the website, and you can only get this through the website. There's only 500 copies of this available. This is on glow-in-the-dark vinyl, and that's the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack. They released this in a brain color soundtrack, like a gray or tan soundtrack, color, I mean, last week. And along with it, like I said, on the website only, there's only 500 copies of this. I don't think it's sold out yet, but don't hold me to that. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this 2 years from the date, then more than likely it's gone. But I would jump on this quick. Like I said, if you're looking for this on vinyl, which I have been for a while, the originals of this go for stupid money. There was a reissue of it last year on blood red vinyl and gray, I think red and gray vinyl, something like that. That's went out of print as soon as it was released. The gray and tan vinyl, the gray vinyl that just came out this or last week is probably on its way to selling out. And like I said, the glow-in-the-dark one is going to be gone soon. I was fortunate enough to get it, which I didn't think, when I clicked on the link, I really didn't think it would be available, but it was. I got it. Absolutely one of my favorite soundtracks of one of my favorite horror films. So good. So definitely check this out. It's on Real Gone Music. There's the sticker. Killer. Now, 2 new AC/DC bootlegs I got. One, a legitimate bootleg on Dole Records in the UK, and that is Live 79. Killer packaging on that one. Although they have Mark Evans in the picture, this was not that tour. This is the 79 tour. Again, from Towson, Maryland, October 16th, 1979, which they've released a few different versions of this on vinyl now, so be careful. Me, I'll get them all because they're my favorite band, but if you're just looking for this show, there is quite a few different titles with the same show, so just be careful. Love the packaging on this one. Black vinyl, standard black vinyl, really killer. Great cover too. And lastly, a brand new one called Nutcracker Suite from AC/DC, and this is all Ball Breaker outtakes, live in the studio, soundboard, really killer. They do so many different things on here, like Jailhouse Rock, bunch of different versions of Boogeyman, Burning Alive, Hail Caesar, She's My Babes on here. Really awesome. Really sounds great. Came with the CD with, I think, 10 bonus tracks that aren't on the vinyl. Awesome. If you're a fan of Ball Breaker, which I am, you might want to check this out. I think you can find this on eBay, probably. But really killer. This, I got the limited blue vinyl. There is different color vinyl, but I picked the most limited one. So definitely check out Nutcracker Suite from AC/DC. Anyway, that is it for this update. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody for subscribing. Click that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you all real soon. Alright, next up, CD update. Peace.